This is now down to a best of 3, and the major question going into tonight, Doug, is that zone defense that has been very successful, utilized by the Phoenix Suns. Can the Lakers adjust to it? They've gone through 2 games where they've had their problems. What happens here tonight?
I expect them to be very aggressive to get started. Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum early in the game. And Marv, the first quarter is going to be very important for the Phoenix Suns. Both games here in the Staples Center, down 9 in game 1, down 12 in game 2. The Suns did not lead after the first quarter in either one of those games. So I think the start is very, very important tonight. Phoenix must get out defensively and not let the Lakers get into a great rhythm.
Let's check out the Taco Bell starting lineup. The Suns with that front line of Amari Stoudemire, Grant Hill, Robin Lopez at the guard, Jason Richardson, and Steve Nash. For the Lakers up front, Pau Gasol, Ron Artest, Andrew Bynum in the backcourt. Derek Fisher and Kobe Bryant, who had another stellar performance Tuesday night. 38 points, 6 threes, 10 assists, 7 rebounds. But after the game expressed his views about the Lakers' poor defensive effort. He said, "We have lost our sense of urgency defensively."
Well, you know, there was so much speculation. We talked to Phil about it. Like, were you so concerned about attacking the zone that the guy's mental frame of mind in that game was, what are we going to do offensively? And the Lakers, when they have been very good, have been very good defensively. So I look for a much more conscious effort tonight to get back that defense that had been so good for him in the first 2 rounds.
The officiating crew, Bennett Salvatore, Bob Delaney, Mark Davis, the alternate, Bill Kennedy. If you play percentages, the winner of Game 5 has gone on to win a best-of-7 series 83% of the time. The Lakers have won their last 8 Game 5s. The last loss they suffered in a Game 5 in a best-of-7 took place in 2007 against the Phoenix Suns.
And it's going to be interesting to see Kobe tonight, too. Remember, Marv, in Game 4, Kobe 0 of 1 in that first quarter, did not look for his shot. He's always the guy that feels the pulse of the game, what he needs. So let's see how he gets started tonight.
Lakers controlling the opening tip. Bryant with the spin, and Hill knocked it aside. It's played by Nash. Nash to the pull-up. The Lakers gang rebounding to come up with that loose ball. Artest pass on a 3. He's being tempted by Richardson. There's Gasol, rejected by Stoudemire. Kept alive by Artest. Shot clock is down to 5. Gasol rejected by Stoudemire. And Hill had it knocked aside. The ball deflected out of bounds, and a foul is called on the Lakers.
Terrific interior defense by the Phoenix Suns here. A couple block shots early. A little soft shot thrown up the basket by Gasol. Amari Stoudemire comes over. He follows it with another block. And the Phoenix Suns have started out in their man-to-man defense. So a couple very good defensive possessions here to get started.
Foul is committed by Bryant. We're just underway here in Los Angeles. And the foul is called on Derek Fisher. That is a 3-point attempt. 3 free throws coming up for Steve Nash.
Well, you see what Steve Nash does. He sees Derek Fisher's hands down, and he just drives the ball up. And the master of that, Marv, in the NBA is Kevin Durant. He's the guy who has that down pat. That's one of the reasons why he shot 11 free throws a game this year. And anytime you see that man's hand get down in the shooting pocket like that, just drag the ball up, and Nash almost automatic at the line.
Steve Nash coming out very assertive. Opening minutes, 94% free throw shooter. That number a career high, led the NBA in free throw shooting. Missed one the other night, and then hit 8 in a row.
See, with the Phoenix Suns, it's when they have the lead late in the game like they did the other night, Marv, it's so hard to catch up because you get that ball to Steve Nash, he goes to the line, and like he did the other night, makes 8 straight, and you can't catch up. And so it's important for the Lakers not to get into one of those situations where you're trying to foul and chase to get back into the game.
You mentioned Kevin Durant of Oklahoma City. Well, the Lakers have been through this experience in their first-round series against the Thunder. They won their first 2 at home to foul away from the ball. And then lost 2 games at Oklahoma City. Stoudemire called on the foul, but they won the next 2, including that 24-point blowout in Game 5 here in L.A. It turned out to be a difficult series, but they survived and then went on to sweep Utah. Here they are now tied at 2 against the Suns. Andrew Bynum draws the double. And trap Artest. And it's a 3-second violation.
Suns very aggressive here, Marv, defensively. So they have come out and met the challenge. It looked like the Lakers were going to try to pound that ball inside. The Suns, of course, a shot clock violation, or excuse me, a 3-second violation, and blocked a couple shots.
Bynum jumping out on Nash, who fires for 3.
They're going to do more switching tonight. Phil Jackson said they watched the San Antonio series and feel like tonight they might have to do some more switching defensively. And Nash sees it, and he pulls it back and knocks down the shot.
They have opened up in man-to-man, as you mentioned. In contrast to game number 4, here's Kobe Bryant. What a run he has had since he had the knee drained. He's been averaging better than 32 points a game. And has put up big numbers in this series. Well, a cross-court pass that surprised Hill.
Well, that time, Amari Stoudemire got caught with the ball, Marv. If he doesn't have the quick move the basketball, I think he sort of surprised Grant with that cross-court pass.
It was like a pass out of the pages of Ernie DiGregorio. You rarely see
That's a name out of the pass.
One corner to the other.
That was my draft class, Marv, 1973.
Bryant gets inside. Good job by Lopez, and a foul. Lopez was hit. Now, Phil Jackson was very upset with the calls in Game 4. He said he understood in Game 3 because he felt the Lakers did not attack the rim, and the Suns did. Bryant picks up his 2nd foul.
Now, Kobe very frustrated here as he goes to the basket. Thought he got fouled on that play and then comes over the back of Robin Lopez. It's amazing. The other night, the Phoenix Suns beat the Lakers on the board by 15. That was a big part of that game. And Phil Jackson was not happy with the 18 offensive rebounds that the Suns got in that game.
Richardson, nice move. And he has played so well in this series.
But Jason Richardson the other night, he and Steve Nash in the second half, both 0 of 3, 0 of 6 combined, and they win that game handily.
Story the other night, the play of the bench is Fisher misfires, kept alive by Bynum. Bynum gets position. Bynum with the tip. Gasol is fouled by Lopez.
Much more aggression on the offensive boards by the Los Angeles Lakers. They have the height and size advantage. What's happening right now, too, Marv, that the Phoenix Suns are scrambling and doing a lot of trapping in the post. That leaves some offensive rebounds, so everybody's going to have to get back there and gang rebound.
Game 4, very quiet one for Pau Gasol. 6 of 14, he had 15 points, only with 5 rebounds. A reminder, you can check out TNT Overtime live. You can do it now on NBA.com to watch exclusive player follow cameras of Suns and the Lakers. TNT Overtime only on NBA.com. Suns with a 7-4 lead. Try to trap Hill. Shot clock to 5. Oh, the steal by Lopez took it out of the hands of Gasol, and a foul. Will the basket count? The foul is called on Gasol. And they say it is a non-shooting foul. Basket will not count.
We see the Phoenix Suns, especially Robin Lopez, not quitting on the play. Tell you, Marv, he's come up with a tremendous amount of hustle plays throughout this series to give his team extra possessions.
Nice pass from Nash. Stoudemire with the bucket. The foul on Bynum. Phil Jackson And to bring on Shannon Brown after that second foul by Kobe Bryant, and how that changes things here right at the start.
You bet it does. And how about this pocket pass again? We always talk about that, Marv, that little pocket that you have. And Steve Nash does that so well with his left hand in rhythm for Amari Stoudemire. And Phoenix has come out very aggressive, attacking the basket. Once again, those 50-50 balls are coming up with. And this is a very positive start.
So the Lakers already over the limit with less than 4 minutes gone by. Lopez stepping out, made contact, and the foul on Robin Lopez. That is his second.
Now, it'll be interesting with Channing Frye coming in. Will the Suns go to that zone? Because you've got to protect Amari Stoudemire. He has a foul. It looks like it's Amari Stoudemire is going to stay. Lopez is leaving, so they have a small front line right now. Let's see if the Phoenix Suns now go back to that zone.
Channing Frye able to shoot his way out of a 0 for 17 in this series. On test, forced it and was stopped, deflected out of bounds. The officials checking with each other as to who touched it last, and the call is last touch by the Suns. And Channing Frye the other night, 4 of 8, all with threes, 14 points, 6 rebounds, a major factor in the Phoenix win. Here's Brown, his shot blocked, another block by the Suns. Hill in the open court. Nash gives it right back. Here's Hill. Nash with the rebound. Richardson for 3. Rebounded by Bynum.
How about Grant Hill? Grant Hill normally used to run for layups. That time he runs to the three-point line. That's how his game has changed a little bit with the Phoenix Suns. He used to be a guy that tried to get to the rim.
Lakers just 1 for 9 here at the start. Gasol with a nice move.
I just don't think, Marv, that they can play man-to-man with this group out there. Gasol has way too much size and strength inside for Frye, and there's no way that Amari Stoudemire is going to be able to match up to Bynum.
Hill with the open 3.
There's that three-point shot that I was talking about. Grant has not been shooting it well in the playoffs at all. In fact, coming into tonight's game, he was, 1 of 5?
And he did shoot the ball very well during the regular season from three-point range, although not a high number of 3 attempts, but he shot 44% from downtown.
Yeah, normally Grant shoots the corner 3, and there's Gasol with that little spin move. Channing Frye, his help is to the middle. And Marv, you got to force him back to your help. You cannot let him beat on the baseline there where there's nobody to give you help down there.
Nice entry pass, and Shannon Brown scored. Shannon Brown getting early playing time here tonight. Nash, crowd wanted to travel. Nash thought he was fouled. Artest for 3. And it's handled by Stoudemire. Artest came out reluctant to shoot the 3 in the opening minutes. Phil Jackson was not pleased with his shot selection in a couple of the games here against Phoenix. Richardson, oh, what a turnaround, and he drills it.
Well, that's what you were talking about. With Kobe Bryant out of the game, either Shannon Brown or Derek Fisher are going to get caught down in the post. Nice play that time by Jason Richardson to take advantage of his size.
Suns have hit 5 of 10 from the field, off to the good start. Bynum calls the double. Shot clock to 3. Brown with a tough angle shot. Brown getting a little anxious here at Staples.
I really like what the Suns are doing defensively. They're trapping the post. Their rotations have been excellent, and a lot of shots taken at the end of the clock.
Nash able to penetrate. The lively pass handled by Hill. Shot clock is out of 5. Hill over Gasol. Back comes Artest. Played by Frye and help. Fisher is fouled.
Nice job by Derek Fisher that time. He did not settle for the three-point shot. Got something going to the rim. Marv, the last 3 games of this series, the games have either been tied, a 2-point game, or a 1-point game. Pau Gasol is such a big part of that. In the 2 games in Phoenix, he only got 4 shot attempts in the 4th quarter. He was 2 of 4 for 5 points. He's a big part of their game down the stretch.
2 shots for Derek Fisher, fouled in the act.
Sort of interesting, isn't it? Kobe Bryant coming back in with 2 fouls here. 5 minutes to go in the quarter. So obviously Phil Jackson knows that Kobe can play with fouls and stay away from that third.
We have talked about there are certain players you can trust in that situation. Others, you do not want them on the floor. 5-point Phoenix lead. 5 minutes to play in the first. Nice pass from Nash. Nice pass from Hill to set it up for Stoudemire.
We see the switch again on the screen and roll. That time it was buying him, and Steve Nash recognizes it. He drives. A nice little slashing move from Grant Hill. So good movement without the ball as Phoenix is back into that zone now for really the first time we've seen tonight.
Artest trying to get it down low and turns it over. Richardson missed on a 3. Hill, and then get it back to Nash.
Multiple opportunities normally at the end of the game that will wear you down. I talked about it before. 18-second chance opportunities for the Suns the other night.
Nash putting the move on Gasol. Here's the handoff. Stoudemire lost the grip. They usually work that play well. Bryant, 3-point territory, gives it up. Fisher, Bynum. Gasol with the rebound. A block by Stoudemire and a foul. Foul is called on Fry, who came from the other side. That'll put Pau Gasol at the line as we take a look at the upcoming national TV schedule. ESPN tomorrow starting 7:30 Eastern time. The Eastern Conference Finals Game 6. The Orlando Magic very much alive as they face the Boston Celtics. Celtics with 2 closeout game opportunities.
That game 4 was really the big game, Marv. You imagine you're at home, you're up 3-0, you get that, you sweep it, you got a chance to rest for a long time. You lose that game, you go to Orlando, you lose that one. Now you got to come home. The pressure's on you now to win game 6 at home. Otherwise, you're looking to get a game 7 on the road, and this is on the heels of the Boston Bruins losing a 3-0 lead to the Philadelphia Flyers. You think they're hearing that in Boston right now?
And we'll be back with you in Phoenix Saturday night for game 6 between the Lakers and the Suns. Lamar Odom hearing the cheers from the crowd as he checks in. Defensive 3 is called on the Lakers. Lamar playing extremely well in the 2 games here in L.A.
Yeah, he was very aggressive. Remember that opening night tomorrow. He came in off that bench, had 19 points, 19 rebounds, 7 on the offensive end, and then followed it up with a beautiful game in game 2 as Steve Nash misses his 2nd free throw. But Odom was very, very big in the first 2 games, as was Shannon Brown and Jordan Farmar. Both those guys played very well off the bench, and they struggled in Phoenix.
That first game led to the statement by Amari Stoudemire that Lamar was lucky to come up with the 19 points and 19 rebounds. He came right back with a strong game, too. Here's Nash with the clock running down. He had to just fling it up. And the ball back to the Lakers.
Well, even though that wasn't a good possession, Alvin Gentry has to be very happy. I mean, the Los Angeles Lakers with 11 points here, almost at the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. I expected them to come out and throw up a big number here to start this game.
Fisher wide open. Yes.
But the Phoenix Suns will live that. Those long 2-point shots, Marv. I think we saw 4 or 5 in the first half the other night where the Lakers stepped in and wanted to get away from that 3-point line. Those long 2s will not beat the Phoenix Suns.
And Alvin Gentry is saying throughout the series he'll live with 30-plus games from Kobe Bryant as long as they're outside shots, as Nash is able to knock it down because Kobe was not able to get to the free throw line the other night.
Well, in the 2 games in Oklahoma City they lost, Kobe did not shoot a free throw in game 3. We took 29 field goal attempts, took only 2 in game 4. So a big part of his success is when he gets to that foul line and into the paint. Oh, boy, Kobe very lucky there.
Nash tried to draw that foul. Odom, good box out by Fry, but not able to control. Let's go over to Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, thanks, Marv. In addition to our national telecast on TNT, this game is being shown in 214 countries. with particular interest on Sport TV in Slovenia, the northernmost area of the former Yugoslavian Republic. Now, Dragan Goric has been a very big factor in this entire series, from his 13 points in Game 1 to his 8 points and 8 rebounds that he had in Game 4. Meanwhile, his Slovenian teammate Sasha Vujacic has yet to be a factor. He played 1 minute and 21 seconds in Game 1. He had a sprained ankle from the last regular season game, but he said he is fine. Phil Jackson told him at practice yesterday he's ready to play a pivotal role tonight. He went right to work, got the keys to the gym last night, and shot shots for an hour and a half. Marv?
All right, Craig. Derek Fisher now off that three has 7 points. Sasha Vujacic played 1:23 in Game 1. Has not played since then. And after each game, Phil telling us, yeah, we're going to see Sasha. And we might see him here tonight as he looks to go deeper into his bench. Fisher is hit by Channing Frye. Both teams over the foul limit. Lakers back to the line. Let's get back to Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Marv, Alvin Gentry during that press timeout was not looking very good. Said he didn't feel good, and all of a sudden they had to bring over a garbage can to him right in front of the bench. I talked to Dr. Tom Carter, the team doctor for the Phoenix Suns. He said he's complaining of an upset stomach. I said, has he had the flu or these flu-like symptoms? He said, no, it must be something he ate just prior to the game. So Alvin Gentry not feeling good at all. I don't know if they will wait till halftime until he meets the doctor, but Dr. Tom Carter sitting right behind the bench.
I think we all know that feeling, and as Craig said, we'll see at halftime how they played, or perhaps beforehand. The assistants are Bill Cartwright, John Shoemate, Dan Marley.
Well, it's terrible if Alvin has something like food poisoning. We saw him before the game. He was in good spirits, looked like he was feeling very good, so it had to be something he ate.
Maybe it was something we said to him.
Yeah, we've been known to get people nauseated.
Here comes Fisher on the move. Backs it home. Derek Fisher with the last 9 points for the Lakers to bring them back. They're down by 1.
That's why you have a guy like Derek Fisher, that championship experience and poise. Normally he's a guy that does it more on the road, recognizes they need him more there tonight. He is really giving them a lift.
Nash, yes.
All those screen and rolls they're switching, and I know Greg Popovich is at home watching. I talked to him today, and that's what they did against the Phoenix Suns, and he had all those jump shots against Tim Duncan in that Game 3.
Gasol trying to bank it. Louis Amundsen, who just checked in, not able to get to it. The ball is deflected out of bounds. Amundsen played very well off the bench the other night, with the Suns going to their bench in the second quarter very effectively. Then in the fourth for the first 9 minutes. Here's Luke Walton blowing the layup. Odom puts it down, and the Suns want an offensive interference.
That's 6 offensive rebounds now for the Los Angeles Lakers. So a lot of that trapping defense that we're seeing from the Phoenix Suns, because of being undersized, opening up a lot of offensive rebounding opportunities.
Luke Walton coming in just a moment ago to replace Ron Artest. There's Jared Dudley, who just checked in. Amundsen with another rebound. He had 7 in Game 4.
Well, when he says when he comes in, he's looking to go and get every loose ball, every offensive rebound. You see his impact felt immediately.
A lot of dribbling here by Nash. Shot clock to 8. Stoudemire. Offensive foul. It's a charge. That's his second.
Well, you can see what's happening. The Lakers are just building a wall in the paint. You know, Marv, we had a couple replays the other night in Game 4 when Bynum was in there. He just could not get over with that knee brace. His lateral movement was not there. That time the Lakers did a nice job. Luke Walton stepping over and taking that charge. Watch the paint here. Watch what Amari Stoudemire is going to be looking at here. Look at this right here. You got like 9 feet in the paint. The only one that's not in there is Kobe Bryant's got his left foot out.
That's what the Lakers did so effectively in Games 1 and 2 here in L.A. Amari Stoudemire was having his difficulties. Gasol, nice pass from Bryant. Final seconds of the quarter. Dragic, who just checked in, coming up short.
Well, how are you feeling?
I feel okay. I feel okay. Just one of those things, no big deal.
How about the game? You guys came out, played great defense, had the lead, but things changed the last 2 minutes. What went wrong?
Well, we didn't execute down the stretch, and then we got to do a better job defensively down on the other end. I thought we were great, you know, for the first 8-10 minutes, and then the last 2 minutes, kind of let it get away a little bit.
All right, thanks a lot. Feel better. Back to you, Marv.
See Alvin try to hang in, bothered by an upset stomach, and can't be too happy about the way his team finished out this first quarter.
Really, their defense was good, but they didn't get the defensive rebounds. Mark, you don't clean up the possession until you come up with that defensive rebound. The Los Angeles Lakers had 6 offensive rebounds, 8-0 on second chance points. Also got to the line 8 times. They were +4 at the free throw line after being beaten by 36 points in the 2 games in Phoenix.
Phoenix started 6 of 12 from the field. They've hit just 2 of 9 since then. A number of substitutions. Sasha Vujacic has checked in. He and Jordan Farmar, according to Phil Jackson, have worked well together. Jaron Collins making a cameo here. First appearance of the series. Amundsen not able to hold on. Farmar on the move. Farmar! It counts. And the foul. Phoenix looking for a charge. The officials now talking it over. The question is, where were the defenders' feet in terms of that restricted area?
Well, Vinny Salvatore says that it's going to be an offensive foul. Let's take a look here to see where his heels are. His heels were outside the line. That's an excellent call as Jordan Farmar goes right through Goran Dragic. You know, more of what I'm seeing here early in this game is Suns doing a lot of dribbling against the switching defenses, and they're getting caught against the clock. They're going to have to get better ball movement.
See, Dragic also looked down before he set his feet, so he knew exactly where he was. Barbosa, who just came on, draws the foul. So Alvin Gentry has Dragic, Dudley, Barbosa, Amundsen, and Collins out there. Robin Lopez picking up the 2 fouls early. So Jaron Collins, in his first year with the Suns after 8 years with Utah, seeing his first action in this Western Conference final.
Yeah, Alvin just trying to buy some minutes right now. The bench for the Phoenix Suns not nearly the impact that they had the other nights in that second quarter at home.
Shot clock to 5.
I'm talking about all this dribbling, Marv. They're just getting him in trouble right now.
Here is Bryant. Amundsen got a piece of it. Kobe wants a goaltend. Will not get the call. Looked like Vujacic took a shot. He went down. He took it to the side of the head.
Well, he's in there to try to stir things up. That's what he does. He's a very feisty guy. He and Dragic playing against one another. That puts Jordan Farmar over against Barbosa. So they got a lot of speed here on the floor right now for the Lakers. You're going to see as Sasha goes down. Looks like he got banged by Lou Amundsen.
A couple of guys from Slovenia going up against each other. I don't know if they're the best of friends.
No, actually, you know, they were both on the team this summer together. Vujacic was having a knee problem, went to get it taken care of. Phil Jackson was telling us when he came back, he was dismissed from the team. So I think there's a little angst between those 2 guys, to say the least.
Goran Dragic, as we mentioned earlier in the series, at a young age was watching NBA games in the early morning hours back in Slovenia. Did not get much sleep because of that. Would show up at school and take the occasional nap.
See how much dribbling, Marv. Look at the clock. I mean, nobody's touched the ball here except Barbosa.
Got clock to 5. Dudley on a runner.
Very difficult shot. Dudley with that little floater. As Odom was standing there going to take the charge, and Dudley pulled up before he could get there and averted the foul.
Dudley had a big game. 4, 3 threes, 11 points, 6 rebounds. So he's been a terrific pickup for Steve Kerr and the Suns. Bryant is open for 3. Rebounded by Hill. So the Suns with the bench and one starter. Hill, Dragic not able to hit. Rebounded by the combination of Odom and Vujacic.
Odom says, that is my rebound. I'm a big man. I get paid to get boards.
Odom slashing his way, then kicks it back. Bryant.
Oh, my.
He had to extend to get it off and then successfully went glass.
Yeah, he hung in the air and used the glass. That was actually excellent defense.
Lakers up by 5. Hill, yes. Grant Hill with a number of open shots back in game 2 and was able to take advantage from mid-range.
Yeah, when they went with Grant in that power forward position, he was matched up against Odom, had that big third quarter where he finally got some of those shots to go. Very similar to that one he just hit against Bynum.
Vujacic off the mark. As Hill with 14 of his 23 in that second quarter of game 2. And the foul is called on the Suns. Offensive foul on Amundsen. You look at the Phoenix Suns and what they did on the road this season, including the playoffs. They won 17 of their last 24 road games, which is impressive, although a good portion of those were during the regular season. This is a different situation. Vujacic able to knock it down.
I like what he did there. Instead of settling for that little stand-up three, put the ball on the floor and got in there and shot that 15 to 16 footer. See that ball go in the basket before you start shooting all those three-pointers.
Hill shot blocked. Bynum came out to get a piece of it. Famar, Odom on the move. Vujacic for 3. Rebounded by Bryant. Odom off the pass from Bryant, missed the layup, but he was fouled.
Stay cool. Play hard. You guys are getting on the officials. You got to take it on yourself.
We said when we came out here now that we're going to have to be strong with the ball, all right? We rebound it, we hold on to it. We get out and run, okay?
Forget about the coaches. I mean, there's the Philadelphia 76ers.
Exactly.
Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, I spent 2 hours with him this afternoon. Had a good time sitting around talking a little bit about the team next year. So looking forward to it. He's going to try out for the U.S. Olympic team this summer, too. I'm hoping he gets a chance to make that team. It'd be really a growth experience for him if he could play this summer with that group of guys.
I thought he was running for office. He was going up and down all these center court seats, shaking hands with people, pointing at you as his new head coach with the 76ers.
He's a nice young guy. I'm looking forward to working with him.
Early second quarter, Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager. Lakers, after a slow start, have turned it. They have a 31-25 lead. And the Lakers getting to the line, and they've hit 11 of 12.
Yeah, they're +8 tonight at the free throw line. They're also +6 on the board. They lost both of those stats handily in game 4.
Robin Lopez back on the floor playing with the 2 fouls. Crowd is looking for a travel. Lopez working on Bynum, who rejects him. Lopez on the follow is stopped. He thought he was fouled. Bryant goes behind the back on Dragic. And the foul call. It is on Goran Dragic.
Starting to get a little frustration here with the Phoenix Suns. After they got off to that great start, they've really slowed down. No fast break points. They're not getting to the line. Those threes are not falling. 2 of 9. More importantly, Marv, they only have 4 assists, playing a lot of one-on-one. That ball is sticking, and they're not getting good shots.
And as we have discussed throughout the series, if they do not get the shot off in 12 seconds or less, as Famar's way off, they seem disorganized.
And not only that, but their percentage goes way down.
Hill saves that pass. Well, apparently not. He stepped out.
Hey, too much dribbling again, Marv. You got to move the ball. Right now, the Lakers are getting back, and they're sealing off the lane. Their weak side help is very good. Now down by 7 here, and they're just struggling. The Suns trying to find the basket. It's going to be a technical foul on Alvin Gentry, so not upset, or excuse me, upset with the officiating. His stomach is upset. Nothing's going wrong right now for Alvin.
Kobe Bryant will shoot the technical. Bill Cartwright, Dan Marley quickly off the bench to guide Alvin Gentry aside. Bill Cartwright, one-time assistant coach with the Bulls under Phil Jackson after he played on several of the championship Chicago teams.
Bill was tough. He was a tough guy in that post, and I tell you what, he'll get those elbows up and deliver some blows. There's the staff. You see Bill Cartwright, Igor, who's been just a great coach for this team. John Shoemate, those guys do so much in player development.
John Shoemate, a star at Notre Dame, spent 7 years in the NBA. Originally a first-round pick of Phoenix back in 1974. But Bill Cartwright, like Phil Jackson, one of those guys who would hurt his own teammates in practice. Bryant for three. Ten-point lead for the Lakers. Hill looking to post. Does not have the shot against Bryant. Ends up in the backcourt. Another Phoenix turnover, number 7 in this first half.
Well, the memo was received. It's all about defense, not about playing a zone or attacking the zone. It was about the Laker defense. And they have, after the slow start, they have really turned it up here. And the Phoenix Suns are struggling to get any kind of good look at the basket at all.
And now Steve Nash will check back in along with Jason Richardson. It's been more mix and match for Alvin Gentry. Second quarter the other night in Phoenix, a sizzling second quarter by Phoenix, sparked by the bench. They shot 17 of 23, including 7 of 10 from three-point range. And he'd go with 5 bench guys. Has not been able to do it here tonight.
Yeah, with them struggling, they haven't done it, and they only have 1 field goal here in this second quarter here, the bench, so they have not gotten into any rhythm. And Kobe, that's that sweet spot that he likes against the zone on that left wing.
12 points for Kobe Bryant, a 25-6 run by the Lakers. Foul is charged to Artest.
Kobe loves it on that wing right there. He's got Steve Nash coming over to play him. He knows he can just jump up and shoot right over the top of him. We saw that the other night when he got hot from that one position.
Fisher got picked off. Bynum switching to Nash. Nash unable to hit on the step back. Odom with the rebound, and the Lakers controlling the board.
Well, see, they're making Steve Nash take a lot of shots tonight. Remember, Mark, how difficult it was for him to get shots. And here is a guy who's getting shots. What is that? 3 straight threes, almost reminiscent of the Phoenix Suns the other night in the fourth quarter when they buried 3 threes to take the momentum in that game.
Kobe Bryant has the last 9 points for the Lakers. 6:14 left in this first half, and the Lakers with a 41-25 lead. Suns back to their starting lineup, although Channing Frye walking over to the scorer's table. He'll check in. Phoenix off to the good start. Lakers struggled, but they have come on strong. Amari Stoudemire, 7 points for Stoudemire.
That's a quick move that time by Amari. We saw so many of those in game 4, but he has just not been able to get to the rim here early in this game. Suns have been stymied offensively, and the bench only 2 points in 33 minutes played.
Artest kicks it back. Nice pass from Fisher, finding Odom.
That's patience that time. Remember, Mark, one of my keys was avoid temptation. All those threes tonight. Los Angeles Lakers 4 of 11 from 3. Kobe hit 3 in a row.
Bynum on the foul. Stoudemire will head to the line as Pau Gasol gets set to check back in. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, Dr. Tom Carter still waiting to talk to Alvin Gentry at halftime to evaluate him. However, Gentry says he's feeling a little bit better after throwing up his lunch. He said the chicken wrap was fine, but it was a deep-fried avocado that did him in.
Oh, man. Too much information from Craig. Can we be more specific? Ari Stoudemire, after having difficulties his first 2 games, last Sunday night game 3, 14 of 22, 42 points, 11 rebounds. That tied his playoff career high. Had a solid game in game 4 for the Lakers. The guy who turned things around, Derek Fisher, went on that run early, and they have really picked it up. It's Odom. A nice jump hook move.
You see what they're doing? They're attacking that zone. They're overloading from the corner, and then they're looking to just duck in on the weak side. Steve Nash, nice little fading jump shot, but they're making Steve Nash shoot the ball tonight. They're chasing him off the three-point line. He's got 9 field goal attempts, but only 2 assists, so they're looking for him to score. See where they're bringing Gasol, and then they're just dumping the weak side guy and like trying to post up Odom.
Nash on Bryant, they swing it. Pass broken up. Here comes Nash, 3-on-2 develops. Hill. That counts as a foul. Artest tried to duck away, but got a piece of him.
That's the Grant Hill I know, the guy who runs for layups. I said earlier in the game he ran for a 3-point shot. This time he fills that wing, and Ron Artest is so strong, a little bit of a hip check, and a great concentration by Grant Hill to get a chance for a 3-point play. And what Phoenix wants to do is just chip away at this lead, Marv. I mean, they have down 13. You try to get this maybe to 7 or 8 going in at halftime.
Grant making his first appearance at the line. You know, you look at the Lakers over the last 3 postseasons. Hill with a 3-point play. They are an incredible 27-3 here at home, and they have won their last 10 playoff games at Staples. And we're talking basically about the core group that we see out here tonight. Bryant gets it inside. He surprised the zone. Channing Frye in a collision with Ron Artest, and a foul is called on the Lakers. They were looking for a charge. Fisher picks up a personal. That's his second. You mentioned that earlier, Doug, the fact that usually Derek Fisher is more effective on the road, and you see what the Lakers have been able to do here at home. This 2010, where they won all 7, but you go back further, it's 10 straight overall at Staples in the postseason.
But you can see they're more aggressive in the paint. They get over 10 more points a game. They shoot more free throws. They shoot less threes. And on the road, they get less aggressive. They get caught on the perimeter and start firing that 3-point shot. That's why I got them in trouble twice in Oklahoma City and twice in Phoenix. That's how they got those 4 losses.
Odom let it go because he thought it was last touched by the Suns, but was not. So Phoenix will put it in play. They're down now by 11 as we come up on 4 minutes to go in this first half. Artest with the steal. Bryant for 3. Richardson lost his balance, able to keep the dribble alive. Here's Hill. The 10 missed by Richardson and kept alive once again by the Suns.
But you can see how much better shots the Phoenix Suns get when they're pushing that ball early in the clock.
And now the ball movement has stopped.
Yes, and now you're going to end up with a long jump shot, and nobody entered the rebound. So that's what happens tonight. And again, all the switching defense from the Lakers has really discombobulated the Suns on the offensive end. They've had no rhythm at all.
Nice shot of downtown L.A. and aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. New Fuel Max tires help you get there on less gas. Calculate your savings at GoodyearTires.com. Well, Doug, the Laker coaching staff very upset with their defensive effort the other night. Not the case here in Game 5.
Well, just look how they're going to talk. Ron Artest and Lamar Odom are going to invert on the weak side. Odom is going to stay down. Watch Fisher. He's going to go under the screen. Gasol is going to sort of build the wall. Up steps Artest. And what he's going to do is he's going to show quickly and get to Channing Frye to take away that catch and shoot. And this time they turn the ball over. How about the Phoenix Suns tonight? They have 6 assists, 8 turnovers that have led to 12 Laker points. They're shooting 38%, Marv, only 2 of 9 from 3. So the Lakers defense tonight has been the story no rhythm at all for the Phoenix Suns.
And in that three-point shooting department, they've missed their last 6 on the way to that 2 for 9 you mentioned. Here is Odom getting great looks inside. That's his game. He has 10 points.
Well, we're seeing either Kobe Bryant or Pau Gasol catch that ball in that area right inside the three-point line and just weak side duck in. And Odom's got a couple baskets on that play.
Richardson, nice move around Odom and then able to beat Gasol. Just under 3 to go in this first half. Lakers up by 11. Artest for 3. Odom is there again.
Long shots against the zone. You got to get somebody checking out. There's another turnover by Amari Stoudemire.
But Artest gives it right back.
Very sloppy by both teams, Mark. Neither team has been crisp at all offensively. That's 8 turnovers for the Lakers, 9 for the Phoenix Suns.
Stoudemire eluding Odom. 11 points for Stoudemire. So the Suns working their way back. They've trailed by as many as 17. Bryant off the fake. Bryant slapped away from Odom. Here comes Richardson. Switched off to Nash. Now Odom plays him. Nash, yes.
Again, long 2-point shot. So this is so reminiscent of the game against San Antonio, Mark, we did in game 3 and 4, where they did so much switching, and Nash was forced to take a lot of shots.
13 points for Steve Nash. The Laker lead is down to 9. Bryant. Loose ball foul. It's on the Lakers as Richardson was knocked down. That's Pau Gasol's second.
You look at the score, Marv. I said if you can get it to maybe 7 or 8 going in at halftime, as well as the Lakers have played in this first half, beating them basically every phase, free throw line, second chance, beaten at the 3-point line, but 9-point lead, got a chance to cut this to 7. Still a minute 16.
And the Lakers now over the foul limit. Jason Richardson with 2 shots. A programming reminder, it's a new season and a new reason to get more leverage. The Leverage 2-hour season premiere event Sunday, June 20th at 9, 8 Central, only on TNT. Now Phil Jackson will take out Kobe Bryant. Shannon Brown will check back in. He played early after Kobe picked up the 2 fouls in the opening minutes.
Yeah, and Phil put him back in the game with about, what, the 5:18 mark of that first period with those 2 fouls. And Mark, we talked about it. Certain guys just know how to play with fouls, and Kobe was able to play. Now going to go into halftime and still got 4 in his pocket to start the second half.
A 13-4 run by the Suns. At one point, it was 45-28 Lakers. They had that 17-point advantage. Fisher gets it. Here's Gasol, and he is fouled. Phil Jackson telling us that Pau was very frustrated with his game the other night in Phoenix. Very upset about it.
Well, that zone really swarmed him, and he wasn't able to get those little one-on-one plays that he got in the first 2 games. You can see what happened, Marv, and he's such a big part of their team, especially coming into the fourth quarter, when it's usually he and Kobe Bryant are the great finishers. And just in game 4, you know, it says 15 points, but really not the impact that he had in 2 games here in the Staples Center.
Still has the shiner, actually a bone bruise near his right eye, the result of Grant Hill falling on him back in game 1. Final minute, first half. Lakers by 10. Amundsen trying to set a screen. Nash hoists for 3. Rebounded by Amundsen. Richardson. And able to hit from downtown. Artest with the rebound. And a foul. They try to trap Fisher. And the foul is called on Richardson.
That's a frustration foul. Jason Richardson had a really good look on a relocation 3. Amundsen made a great hustle play. Would have been a big shot. would have cut that lead down to 7. Now as it stands, Fisher going to the line trying to push it to 12.
Coming up, the T-Mobile halftime report. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Reggie here at Staples Center. Look back at the first half. Guys have been busy. Pre-game, halftime, post-game. There's Ernie pretending that he is intensely studying. Has that little twitch going, right? You know, just before he's going to take the air. Lakers by 12. Half minute remaining, first half. Nash again.
That pull-up jump shot is working tonight. Steve Nash, 6 of 12 from the floor. He has 15 points. Only 7 assists, though, for these Suns the entire first half. 9 turnovers. So their offensive efficiency tonight is just not there.
And the Suns, the best three-point shooting team in the NBA, without a three the last 19 minutes. Final seconds, first half. Brown with nowhere to go, and then forces a shot clock violation. Well, apparently a foul was called with 7/10 of a second left in the half, and it's on Artest. That's his third.
Now that'll really make Phil Jackson crazy there. You have a possession, you come down, you take a bad shot, and then you compound it with a bad foul. So here the Suns are going to have a chance to come into this halftime down in only single digits.
2 shots for Grant Hill, 82% from the line during the season. Phoenix 8 of 13 at the line. And now Jaron Collins checks back in, replacing Channing Frye. Only 7/10 of a second remaining in the half.
Channing Frye played 11 minutes, didn't even get a field goal attempt.
There's Odom firing one off glass. Phoenix concludes the first half, outscoring the Lakers 17-8 to get back into it. Down by as many as 17, and despite that upset stomach, I think Alvin Gentry feeling a bit better with his team trailing by just 8.
Absolutely, they clawed themselves back. They're very much in this ball game now.
Richardson on the drive. Oh! Lopez rejected. Third quarter underway. Both teams back to their starting lineup. Here's Bryant. Stoudemire trying to knock it aside. Bynum is fouled. We talked about the lack of production by the Suns bench to this point. They've been outscored by the Laker bench 16-2, which is quite a turnaround from what took place in Game 4.
Yeah, 54-20, and more importantly, Marv, they never got involved offensively at all. And I credit Phil Jackson. He put Sasha Vujic in the game. He did a great job on Dragic, kept him from penetrating, and actually Farmar did a nice job against Barbosa. So both those guys came in, really helped that bench defensively, and the Suns bench didn't even get any shots at the basket.
First point on the night for Bynum. Andrew Bynum played 15 minutes in the first half. Phil Jackson saying that Andrew said the knee is feeling better. Obviously, it will be far off 100%. He's playing through that right knee. Lopez called for steps. Robin Lopez having a tough time here tonight. He played so well over the first 3 games. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig.
Well, after talking to his team, Alvin Gentry then met with Dr. Tom Carter, the team physician for the Phoenix Suns. He gave him some anti-nausea medicine, but also said he was dehydrated, needed an IV. So the Lakers doctor, Dr. Steve Lombardo, made a house call. The two of them went over, gave him an IV. We thought he would miss the first part of the third quarter and that Bill Cartwright would take over. However, he was able to come back on the bench.
Alvin actually looking a bit better as we observe him talking to his team. Good job here by the Suns. 24-second violation called on the Lakers.
Marv, you spoke a little bit while ago about Robin Lopez. He's not been able to get in sync tonight. He's had a few shots blocked. And what's happened now, he's looking around. And one time he got called for traveling. You just got to go up strong. And a couple times he just sort of flipped that ball at the basket. You're an 88% free throw shooter. Throw your body in there, get fouled, get to the line.
Phoenix took the early lead. At one point, they were up 17-10. They hit 6 of the first 12 shots, hit a couple of threes, but they have been a three-point drought, not even looking for threes. Stoudemire, yes. Amari playing with 3 personal fouls, picked up that third just a moment ago, but the Suns are within 8. Game 5 of this best of 7 Western Conference final, all even at 2. Kobe Bryant continues the excellent shooting. 17 points in all, 6 of 12 from the floor. Here's Nash with a runner. And he has shot the ball so well here tonight.
I love that shot. Every young guard watching Steve Nash, you get that little running 1-foot shot. It's a deadly shot, especially when you're going to the basket and you can pull up and get that shot off before you get to the shot blockers.
Artest blocked. Richardson got a piece of it. Fisher for 3. Deflected out by the Lakers.
It's a little 1-footer. It's like a running layup, but you don't have to stop where the defender can catch up with you. If you pull up on that to shoot a jump shot, Fisher can get on that outside hand and bother you from behind.
Nash's pass broken out. It'll be Phoenix ball. This is the most fluid that Nash has looked in this series. He was having difficulty getting shots over the first 4 games.
And I think, Marv, it's because they're playing him differently. They're not, that big guy's not showing out as much. They're not chasing him in from behind. They're making him look to shoot 2-point shots tonight. They're trying to take away his assists.
Nash. Back comes Bryant. Met by Hill and Nash. Fisher able to curl his way around the 7-footer Lopez. Terrific game for Derek Fisher. Nash looking to avoid the big man, and then he's pushed by Bynum. And you mentioned that the Lakers are content with seeing Nash at the offensive end go 7 of 14, but they have kept those assists down. Only 5 assists to this point for Steve Nash.
Yeah, the other night he had 17 points in the game, but he had his hands at 53 points with all the assists that led to 3-point shooting. And tonight the Lakers have taken all that away and making him score.
Shot clock to 3. Stoudemire trying to squeeze it through and gets the call, and the Lakers upset. Mari Stoudemire fouled in the act. Fouled by Bynum. That's 4 on Bynum. Stoudemire back to the line. He is 3 of 5 at the line. He has struggled at the free throw line. He has now missed 17 free throws in this series. Here's a programming reminder from executive producer Ice Cube. Comes a new sitcom about one family's journey to get there. Are We There Yet? Premieres Wednesday at 9, 8 Central, only on TBS.
When you look at the score, Marv, if he knocks his free throw down, it's an 8-point game. And when you're playing the Phoenix Suns, I mean, that's 3 possessions. We saw the other night, I think, in 80 seconds, 3 threes that gave the Suns a quick 9 points that broke that game open. So the Suns, like, they have that boxer's chance all the time. They get those threes going.
Artest with no hesitation from downtown. Kept alive by the Lakers. Artest again. And that's waved off A foul call underneath. Away from the ball, it was on Hill. That's his second. And the second team foul committed by the Suns.
You know, Alvin Gentry told us before the game as well that they were going to play a little 1-3-1 zone tonight just to give a little different look, put Grant Hill on the baseline. So that's what you're seeing now. A little bit of a 1-3-1 and let Grant chase foul, corner to corner.
Gasol is turned back. Last touch by the Suns. Phoenix very active. 2 block shots apiece for Hill and Stoudemire. Right met by Richardson. Fires for 3. Hill with the save. Nice play by Grant Hill. Stoudemire. Played by Gasol. Goes right at him. Has to throw back the other way. He's called for the travel.
See, Robin Lopez has got to dive to the basket that time because Lamar Odom is coming over to plug the middle and help out. And with him standing out there, Amari Stoudemire got caught in the air with the basketball. If he will dive, he'll get a dunk on that play. You see them communicating with each other, and Robin Lopez saying, that's my fault.
Channing Frye getting set to check back in. First half, Frye in 12 minutes did not attempt a shot coming off the good shooting game the other night. Nice play. Pau Gasol from Lamar Odom.
That's been an area they've really attacked the zone from tonight on both sides. They've caught that ball in that area, and on that baseline, that little diagonal pass has been wide open.
Oh, what a move by Nash. But Fisher is able to recover. Shot clock down to 6. They trap Nash. He's in trouble and is able to deflect off the foot of Fisher, but Phoenix has only 3 on the shot clock.
But there's an old school player there. Instead of taking a timeout, you throw the ball off a guy's leg. That's what we were taught as a young player. Some of these young guys today get trapped over there and they burn a timeout.
The old playground.
Exactly. Throw the ball off the guy's leg, get it out of bounds rather than have to burn a timeout.
Did they do that on the playgrounds of Vancouver?
I don't know. That may be icing. He learned that icing.
Here's the lob pass that is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Lakers. So the Suns have 2 on the 24. I don't know. You look at Alvin Gentry, and you know him well from your days with him. He was an assistant coach with the Pistons when you were there. Looks a little off in terms of as Richardson fires a 3. A foul is called on the Lakers. And I say a little off for those who may have joined us. He admittedly has an upset stomach.
And I tell you, you know, when you're over there, there's enough stress without having your stomach upset. They're going to call the foul here on Fisher, just blasting through Amari Stoudemire. So that's sideline out of bounds. That was not a shooting foul.
Third foul on Derek Fisher. Frye for 3. Back tap. Handled by Artest. Gasol pulls it back. Gasol, it's a longer shot than usual for Powell, and he got the roll.
He has such a soft shooting touch for a big man.
Richardson avoids Gasol and threw it away. Fisher on the run. Finds Artest. Back to Bryant. Timeout, Phoenix. Back at Staples, and Kobe Bryant with his 190th career playoff game, putting him in a tie for the moment with Hall of Famer Magic Johnson, followed by Kareem and Michael Cooper. Kobe shattering the franchise record book.
Look at those jerseys hanging up there. There's the great Magic Johnson, James Worthy, the tremendous players that have played this organization. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the captain. Hopefully his health is doing better, Marv. He's one of a great, great guy.
Suns in possession. Stoudemire lost the dribble off his foot, able to recover. Nash checking the clock. Stoudemire blocked from behind by Artest.
Well, they are swarming defensively, Mark, pushing that screen and roll baseline that time. The quick rotation by Artest.
Odom's pass ends up out of bounds. Fisher tried to save it. And again, we saw in the last 12 seconds of the shot clock, things break down for the Suns in the first half. Statistician Brian Taylor pointing out just 5 of 14 at that point. Artest going all the way off the steal.
Well, the frustration of Steve Nash, that pass was knocked down by Artest. 2 terrific plays in a row, and once again, the turnovers are hurting the Phoenix Suns here at the Staples Center as they did in the first 2 games.
Here's Fry for 3. So he is very much back on target. That's his first field goal tonight. Channing Frye had missed 17 straight before knocking down a 3 in game 4, and that led to an onslaught. Hit 4 in all. Bryant. It's a difficult shot.
Yeah, more patience too against the zone. They're moving the ball from side to side and just getting anything they want. But like you said, Marv, that was a very difficult shot.
Richardson, yes, and the foul.
Marv, this is a turnover story I was talking about in the 2 wins. The Suns turning the ball over 7.5 times a game, only 11 points. Look at the losses, 14.5, both those at the Staples Center, almost 21 points. And tonight, 13 turnovers, 18 points. They have 10 assists. And again, Marv, they've only won 2 games all year long when they've had more turnovers and assists. Only 3 fast break points. They're not getting the threes. The pace of the game, the Lakers have ground them down into a half-court game.
That's a low assist number for the Suns, who were 4th in the league in that department during the season, led by Steve Nash.
Well, he has 7 here tonight. The rest of his teammates have 3.
Bryant played by Stoudemire. Fisher.
Yes. Boy, Fisher and Kobe Bryant are just putting on a clinic tonight. They have been brilliant. 38 points combined, 9 assists, 15 rebounds for the 2 4-time champions.
Lakers have hit their last 6 shots. Last touched by the Suns. Stoudemire not happy with that call. He felt Fisher knocked it out. Derek Fisher, along with doing it at the offensive end, so aggressive defensively. Fisher met by Hill. Derek Fisher, 35 years old, and he's 36 over the summer. He is the elder statesman on this team. Fisher fires for 3. Rebounded by Odom. Gasol with the hook.
Second chance points, Marv. Eat them alive, 16-0 for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And the Lakers back up by 17. Stoudemire rejected by Bryant. That's his 3rd block shot. Kobe with the head fake. Pass saved by Artest. Nice pass from Fisher. Odom is fouled. Hits the floor hard. Lamar Odom heads to the line. Channing Frye called for the personal.
Well, the Lakers had so much for talk about attacking the zone. Tonight it's about defense and more defense. Doing a wonderful job. The Suns shooting under 43%. We talked about the turnovers, outscoring them 12 points in the paint, 16-0 second chance, and the Suns only 3 fast break points tonight, which means the game is being played at the pace of the Los Angeles Lakers. And Marv, you talked about get the Suns in the last 12 seconds of that shot clock, and they're not nearly as effective.
Once again, Lamar Odom with contributions off the bench. 21 minutes, 5 of 7, 13 points, 8 rebounds. When Alvin Gentry was head coach of the Clippers, he had Lamar on his team, and he felt that the best thing you can do to get him going is when an opponent gets under his skin by saying something about him, as Amari Stoudemire did after Odom's excellent in game 1. And then Lamar, after after being called lucky. And yet another strong game in game 2. Steve Nash for 3. Perhaps Phil Jackson should have whispered to Odom prior to tonight's game. Hey, Lamar, did you hear what Amari said about the Kardashian reality TV series? That was just not nice.
Well, he's playing like Phil said something to him tonight. He's having a terrific game once again here at home.
Bryant. Nash protecting against Kobe. 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. That pass got away, but Fisher lost it. It'll be Phoenix ball.
The Lakers were playing tonight with so much energy here on their home court. I thought the energy was all Phoenix Suns, and obviously feeding off that home crowd the other night, that terrific home crowd in Phoenix. But tonight, the Lakers have been a step quicker and tougher in all their defensive possessions.
Fry, with no hesitation, comes up short.
Last thing you want to do when you miss a shot like that is start licking your hands and stuff. There was nothing wrong with your hands. You just shot an air ball on that play.
Steve Nash, in his 6 seasons as a member of the Phoenix Suns, has won 2 MVPs, 4 assist titles. This year averaged 16 points, 11 assists, 7-time All-Star. He's taken his bumps and bruises during the course of his career, particularly this postseason.
Yes, he has. And you saw that graphic there, Marv, just the first 12 seconds of the shot clock and the last 12, and how ineffective these Suns have been against the Laker defense when they get deep into the clock.
Luke Walton was just checked back in. Walton rims out, rebounded by Odom, takes to the rim. Fry comes up with it, and he and Walton came together. Nash on the hop for Dudley. Struggles. That will count on the foul. Kobe Bryant upset. If it's on Bryant, it is his 3rd. It is number 3 on Kobe.
Kobe Bryant felt that he pushed off with that left arm. Look at Steve Nash, this pass. Dudley goes strong to the basket. Kobe felt like he pushed off with that left arm and got away with that one.
Well, they keep it alive on the free throw miss. Richardson not able to take advantage. 13-point Laker lead. They've led by as many as 18. Bryant on the ball fake.
Well, 2-man game against a zone give and go. Got Gasol with a beautiful little bounce pass in rhythm, and Kobe with 23 now. He's got it rolling.
Stoudemire sets the screen. See Gasol shifting off. Fry fires and hits. That's a 2-pointer, had a foot on the line.
Now Phil Jackson will live with that. You chase him off the 3-point line and make him shoot a tough 2 off the dribble.
13-point Laker lead. Walton getting some playing time here tonight. Fisher on the hop. Walton not able to convert the reverse. Dudley saving that pass and throws up a rainbow and a count for 3, and the foul committed by Gasol.
Marv, as I said before, when you can shoot threes like the Phoenix Suns, you're never out of a ball game, and that actually was a bad pass, Marv. You said it, from Steve Nash. Out of rhythm, he has to reach back. That's a very tough shot. Now Gasol runs at him, and he's got a chance for a 4-point play. So Dudley with back-to-back baskets. The drive, he missed a free throw, and then he knocks down the 3, and he's going to get another free throw here. So Phoenix just sort of hanging around.
Jared Dudley, who's had an outstanding season for the Suns. He shot 46% from 3-point range during the season. In his 3rd year out of Boston College. At one stretch, the Suns had missed 9 straight from downtown. That's a 4-point play for Dudley, and they have hit 3 of the last 5 from beyond that 3-point line.
That's that streaky 3 we talked about the other night in the game.
Fisher. Sit. On the rebound. Back tap. Bryant is on it. Fisher. Here comes Nash. 3-on-2. to the Suns. One bounce to Barbosa and a foul. Crowd looking for a travel or perhaps a injury on Steve Nash.
You know, the one thing, when you play point guard, I mean, you normally tell a point guard, don't leave your feet to pass. Steve Nash is a master at it, Mark. We've seen it the last 2 possessions where he got hung in the air, looked like he had no place to go, and got just finding the guy on that weak side. One time it was Dudley, the other time Barbosa.
Barbosa with his first point of the game.
And watch Steve Nash get caught in the air. Look at him jump. He's in the air. He almost comes down. And he, the last second, finds Barbosa. A couple possessions ago, he did the same thing with Jared Dudley. But you want your point guard actually to come down, come to a stop, and keep the feet on the ground and find those cutters. And Steve Nash defies all the odds with those kind of passes.
Outstanding game for Steve Nash. 20 points, 10 assists, 13-2 run put together by the Suns. They've worked their way back in it after trailing by 18. They're within 7. Final minute of the 3rd quarter. Jordan Farmar. To Gasol. The Suns thought he was releasing a shot. Gasol was able to follow it. A lot of guys would not be looking in that direction. Fry for 3. Yes! So Channing Frye feeling it.
Look at the score, Mark. 6-point game. It looked like they were out of the game. That 3 starts rolling for him again. Channing Frye, when he gets hot, and Dudley, they can shoot him right back in the game.
Final seconds of the 3rd. Phoenix has a foul to give. Bryant behind the back. Bryant got bottled up. And time runs out. Strong finish by the Suns. A 16-4 run to end the 3rd quarter.
It's now down to 6. With me, Lakers head coach Phil Jackson. And what happened those last few minutes for the big lead to evaporate?
They had like 3 3-point plays, 1 4-point play. They had some outstanding plays.
What about on your offensive end? They've shown 2 different zones tonight, the 2-3 and the 1-3-1, but they haven't seemed to bother you. Why?
We're moving the ball, moving ourselves much better.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Mark.
All right, Craig, once again, close game. Going into the 4th quarter, that's been the pattern from game 2 on.
Yeah, the last 3 games, Marv, after game 1, it was a 14-point lead by the Lakers, and they cruised in by 21. The team that has come out and been dominant in the 4th quarter has won the last 3 games. A very working margin for the Suns. A lot of that was finally those 3-point shots win, and finally they got some bench production. 18 points off that bench now, 16 combined for Dudley and Frye, and that little run there that got them back into this game.
Game 5 of the best of 7, tied at 2. Game 6 back in Phoenix on Saturday night, and here on TNT starting at 8:30 Eastern Time. The pregame at 8 o'clock. Game 7 if necessary here in LA. Golden opens up the 4th with the drive. Game 7 if necessary here at Staples on Monday night. Lakers with an 80-72 lead. Frye coming up short on that 3-point attempt.
It's interesting to see who Phil Jackson has on the floor. He's been playing Kobe Bryant a lot of minutes. I know he got in foul trouble early and rested a little bit, but remember how many Kobe played in those last 3 ball games, 43, 43, and 45. He's also had Gasol on the floor to start this period.
Bryant with a long 3. He hit 6 threes in game 4 in Phoenix, which equaled a career playoff high. Kobe with 4 from downtown here tonight. Dragic way off. Rebounded by Farmar. Farmar and Vujicic in the backcourt, and a foul is called on Dragic of the Suns.
Well, it's interesting. He's really been the irritant. I used to always love to call Vujicic that because he's a guy that comes in the game and just gets under your skin, and he's bothered Dragic tonight. Dragic trying to force some shots up at the basket, and so Vujicic has done a nice job coming in, trying to calm him down, slow him down, and he's done very well with that.
Vujicic has 3 or 4 inches on Dragic. First play, Gasol could not finish. Dragic had to put the brakes on. Here's Dudley. Rebounded by Gasol. Able to box out Amundsen. were early moments. Fourth quarter. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Craig Sager from Staples in LA, and the Lakers with an 83-72 lead. They double up on Bryant and a foul. Touch foul is called. It's on Dragic. That's number 3.
Well, watch Vujacic on this play. You're going to see him get to him. He's going to body him, get his hands up, try to stop the play there, and he's just really swarming all over the floor, trying to keep him out of that lane where he caused so many problems the other night. He had 8 assists in the game that led to 22 points.
Fama with a tough pass to handle. And it's a 24-second violation on the Lakers, so the ball back to Phoenix.
That one area the other night that Phil Jackson was not happy with either was the Suns' 18 offensive rebounds that led in that game to 17 points. How about tonight? The Suns have 0 second chance points. On the flip side of that, the Lakers have 16. That is a huge turnaround in the game.
Barbosa for 3, way off. The block by Gasol. The block by Gasol. And a foul.
Dragic and Vujacic, I told you, the irritant's at it. He's under Dragic's skin right now. That's exactly why he's out there.
And as I mentioned, these guys are not friends, although they are both from Slovenia, and there's a lot going on between the two of them.
And this is by design. Phil Jackson put him in this game for this reason. He used to put Vujacic in the game against Eddie House when Eddie House played for the Suns. Let's take a look here. Going up and a little bumping and a little push and a little acting. A lot of stuff going on there. A little push, a little bump, a little acting. We'll have to sort through this and see what the officials call.
Mark Davis making the call. Well, the personal is on Gasol. That'll put Fry at the line. A double technical on Vujacic and Dragic.
Now, people will say, well, that doesn't matter. Double technical, it does matter because the next one you're thrown out. So even though you don't shoot the free throws on the double technical, you get another one, you get tossed out of the game, a lot like Kendrick Perkins did last night. Now, that was rescinded, so he will not be suspended for that important Game 6. It would have been, 7 technical fouls, Marv, so he would have had to miss the game. That was taken back, and so he will be able to play tomorrow night in Game 6.
Sasha Vujacic, who's back from a severely sprained left ankle that was suffered in the final game of the regular season against the Clippers. And he had picked up his play in the final weeks of the season after going through some dry spells where he was not getting much playing time. Bryant for 3. Rebounded by Barbosa. 4-on-2 for the Suns. Good hustle here by Vujacic. Look out. Vujacic caught him from behind and was able to break up.
Got a lot of pin-up energy, Barb. He hadn't had a lot of time. And so he's hustling. He's trying to get Phil Jackson's attention. Coach, you can trust me, put me in the game. And he adds an element of speed and some size in that backcourt that they need.
And a technical foul called on Kobe Bryant, who apparently had something to say to one of the officials.
Well, you can see that coming. He's been very demonstrative on about 3 or 4 opportunities tonight. That Barbosa walks to the line and misses a free throw. But after the last jump shot he missed, Bennett Salvatore gives him a technical. He was waiting to see if the Suns had a fast break before he teed him up. He did not want to take away their advantage.
Once again, the Suns having their difficulties at the foul line. Nice pass inside to Amundsen. Fry with the assist.
Well, it seems like the Lakers are winning by about 15 or 20 points. You look up, it's a 7-point game. As I said before, I mean, 3 possessions, and the Suns are back in this lead, and we know how quickly that can happen.
Lakers have led by as many as 18. That's a trip on Dragic. That's 4 on Dragic's 3rd team foul on the Suns, a non-shooting affair. So Phil Jackson has Farmar and Vujacic in the backcourt. Up front, he has Bynum with Odom and Bryant. Bryant. The tip missed by Bynum. clobbered. Fry back to the line. That's 5 on Bynum.
Now we can't get rattled, okay? There's a whole lot of time left in this game. So what we got to do is that we got to chip away at it, and we got to get back in the game and give ourselves a chance to win in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game. But we can't do it by complaining, not running back, not finishing plays, not guarding, okay?
And as you can see from the score, the Phoenix Suns have been chipping away. They were down by as many as 18 points.
Mark, their defense has been excellent tonight. You look at it, the Lakers are shooting under 41%. They're shooting 26% from 3. So their defense is giving them a chance. I think what Alvin's hoping is they'll get one of those hot streaks like they did the other night and maybe steal this game when they really have not been, in this game most of the night. They just, like you said, just keep chipping away. And like this is one of those games you try to steal late. There's Steve Nash resting. They'd like to get him to the 6-minute mark.
Channing Frye with the miss after hitting his first 3 free throws. And the Suns bench contributing here in the second half. Not the case in the first half. Outscored by the Laker bench 16-2. Different story here. A 21-3 edge for the Suns. Farmar off. The Suns back to the offense. Dragic eluding Vujacic and then threw it away. Farmar leads the break. Vujacic for 3. Russia Vujacic off the bench. He has been a factor for the Lakers. Dragic goes right back with a 3.
That was a big shot because Dragic had made a bad play the last time down the floor. He over-penetrated and turned the ball over. Instead of getting a 2, the Lakers ran down and got that 3. It was a big shot to bounce back to keep them within 6.
Triple team Gasol. Bryant hit from behind. Barbosa called for the reach-in. Seven and a half remaining in this fourth quarter. Lakers by 6. Farmar changed his mind. Bryant, yes. What a touch. 11 for 22. 28 points. 10 rebounds. 6 assists for Kobe Bryant.
And when you play him, you just cannot get discouraged. He makes so many difficult shots.
Fry for 3.
And there's no hesitation. Quick catch and shoot. Odom just gave him enough room to get that one off. You've got to stay attached to him. You cannot give help on any other player when he's in the game.
Phoenix within 5 points. Bryant. Very difficult angle.
And Kobe Bryant once again has not come out this entire second half. Phil Jackson going wire to wire with him here in the second half.
Bryant defending on Dragic. Dragic with the spin. Dragic with the rebound. Has it knocked away. Picked up by Bryant. Pegs it down. Gasol. Bryant on target with Gasol. And the Lakers lead by 7. 6 minutes to play in the fourth. Steve Nash off the bench. He will check in. Barbosa rebounded by Vujacic.
Now, Pau Gasol did a great job on that play. He switched off on Barbosa, was able to get back to him, chased him off the shot, and then got a hand in his face, made it very difficult.
Shot clock down to 5. Bryant for 3. Amundsen on the rebound. Dudley, strong move. And then it is Amundsen with the follow, but a whistle before that follow-up. 7-point Laker lead. They've led by as many as 18. The Suns did it. He can get it down to 5. They continue to hang around. This game 5 of the Western Conference Final. The series tied at 2 Game 6 back in the Valley of the Sun. Saturday night right here on TNT starting at 8:30 Eastern time. Pregame at 8. So Jared Dudley to the free throw line. Fouled by Falmar as we headed to commercial break.
Mark, you know, we talked about the bench at halftime. They now have 30 points in the game. I think when we did that graphic, they had 2 at half. So you wonder how they've come back in this game. That bench has 29 points here in the second half, which is giving them a chance to make this little push.
Artesta's back. Nash has returned. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Here's Fisher for 3. Derek Fisher continues to hit the big shots. 20 points. His high point game in this series. Nice pass. Stoudemire with the stuff.
Oh, very nice that time. They made the extra pass instead of Stoudemire getting the pass from Nash. Nash advanced it to Dudley. But you can see immediately when Steve Nash comes back in the game, Derek Fisher comes onto the floor. So you can see Phil Jackson wants that matchup to end the game defensively.
Gasol. Rebounded by Dudley. Pau Gasol 7 of 13. He has 19 points. Nash.
Yes. What a tough shot. Off the wrong foot. Crossover. Big man trailing him. What a tough shot.
Able to find the opening. Steve Nash with a magnificent all-around game. They're on their feet here at Staples. It's a 4-point Laker lead.
Somebody's going to have a 3-2 lead after tonight. Phoenix hopes they could get that home court and go home for game 6. And Kobe says, we'll have no part of that as he puts his team back up 6 again. When in trouble, it's been Fisher and Kobe Bryant tonight who's answered the bell each time.
Nash with the step and the foul. What a move by Steve Nash, and he's hacked by Derek Fisher. So Nash will head to the line.
See, they're so afraid to leave those 3-point shooters. Steve Nash turns the corner. Watch this. You see in the weak side there, Lamar Odom is not going to leave Channing Frye, and there's absolutely no help at the basket. Gasol is involved in the screen roll. You see Kobe standing there. He's afraid to leave Barbosa. So it'll be interesting to see how the Lakers play that middle pick and roll now with Amari Stoudemire at the end of this game, because that's what you're going to see.
Steve Nash missing 2 free throws earlier. Now 3 of 5 at the line. Completes the 3-point play, and the Laker lead is down to 3 with just under 3.5 to play in the fourth.
If I'm the Suns, I make Odom and Artest try to make some shots and try to beat me.
Bryant is off. Stoudemire with the rebound.
That was a forced shot by Kobe, tried to draw the foul.
Nash met on a switch by Gasol. Looking for the mismatch. Nash going at Gasol. Has to give it up. Crowd wanted to travel. Shot clock to 4. Here comes Nash. Stoudemire. Oh, what a play.
Right down to the end of the shot clock.
The Laker lead is down to 1. It's the closest the Suns have been since back in the first quarter. They've trailed by as many as 18. Here is Fisher again.
You better know where he is. As I said before, you better know where Fisher and Kobe and Gasol are, and you better make Odom and Artest try to make some shots. Artest on the night is only 1 of 6. Well, 2:28 to go in the fourth quarter. The Lakers trying to fend off the resilient Phoenix Suns. And just look at the spacing on the floor now. And watch what happens as Nash comes off this screen roll. Pau Gasol is going to really show. And Nash is going to advance the ball ahead. to Jared Dudley. Kobe Bryant's in the weak side corner. He's got to help on this play until Gasol can get back in the play. Kobe wanders up to go with Barbosa, and they actually make the play. Nobody underneath to help. That's that spacing. You spread it out, and you see Gasol talking to Kobe Bryant. You got to help me there until I get a chance to get back in the play.
Just under 2.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Here's Fry looking to tie the game. Three-point attempt by Fry has had the touch. So the Lakers back in possession. They're up by 3. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the fourth. A nice pass, and Gasol was pushed. So Powell will head to the line to shoot 2. Foul on Stoudemire. That is number 4. Look at the upcoming national television schedule. ESPN tomorrow. Orlando at Boston, the Eastern Conference Finals Game 6. Celtics trying to recover after losing the last 2. And we'll have Game 6 between the Lakers and the Phoenix Suns from Phoenix in this Western Conference Final. That'll be Saturday night, right here, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And reminder, Thursday, June 3rd on ABC, the NBA Finals will get underway with Game 1.
Now, Marv, it's interesting. The one guy I think the zone has affected a little bit for the Los Angeles Lakers, Pau Gasol. He does have 21 points, but the last 3 games he only has 1 basket in each fourth quarter, and you can see his numbers, how good he was at home before they went to that zone, and they've neutralized him in the fourth quarter. Again here tonight, only 1 basket.
Once again, Gasol jumping out on Nash, who hits over him with the fadeaway. Steve Nash, 27 points, 11 assists for Steve's high point game in this series. The Laker lead is down to 3. Bryant, played by Richardson. Odom. Good pass on the hop by Bryant. 101-96 Lakers.
That's that little area on the baseline that Odom works so well. Nice pass by Kobe Bryant.
Phil Jackson going with size and length on Nash. It has not mattered. Nash again in the face of Gasol. 29 for Nash.
What a shot. He has come up with some amazing plays in this fourth quarter.
3-point lead for the Lakers. Trying to take a 3-2 lead as the series heads back to Phoenix. On Saturday night, Artest with the shot clock rolling down. Gasol with the rebound. Artest wide open for 3. Why would he take the shot?
You're asking me. I mean, that's a terrible play. You got a brand new shot clock. He's now 1 of 8. That's exactly what the Phoenix Suns wanted him to do. Gasol, they get a new shot clock.
Look at our game reset. The Suns have a full and a 20. Lakers have a full and 2 20s. Both clubs in the penalty. Here's another look at Ron Artest firing one up.
Look at the shot clock.
range.
Mark, look at the shot clock. When he let that go, there was 22 seconds. They had just got a new clock on a tough shot he had taken the play before. We said going to commercial, he's 1 of 8. Now he's done a good job tonight defensively, done some nice things, but you got to have an awareness. You pull that ball back out, you get a new 24-second clock. Now you put yourself in a position here. The Suns come down and score. They get a stop. They get a chance to come down with the ball to beat you.
As you see, 51 seconds to play. Suns have hit 6 of the last 7 shots. For the most part, it's been the man with the basketball, Steve Nash. Picked up on a switch by Artest. Fry for 3. Rebounded by Odom. That would have been a tying field goal. Now, 30 seconds remaining. Got a 13 on the shot clock. Bryant guarded by Richardson. Missed the stuff. Richardson is on it. The Suns have a chance to tie the game. Nash for 3. Nash recovered. Richardson for the tie. Fry gets it. Richardson again for the tie. Yes! He makes it home. 3 opportunities for the Suns, and Jason Richardson goes last. as the Suns have come back from an 18-point deficit. 3.5 seconds to play when we resume. It'll be Laker ball.
Well, Marv, the interesting thing about it, I talked about how all game long the Suns had not been able to get any offensive rebounds for scores. I mean, finally, the third opportunity, Jason Richardson, that ball looked like it was off left. Reminiscent, remember, of a few years ago in here when Tim Thomas hit a long three in Game 6, sent that game into overtime, went back, and the Suns won Game 7 to win that series. It, too, was on an offensive rebound, but a lot of work to be done right now. 3.4 seconds to go, or 5, excuse me, and you know Kobe Bryant somehow is going to be involved in this play, probably with Pau Gasol.
Aaron Dudley defending on Bryant. Both teams are over the foul limit. Odom will throw in. Bryant turns and comes up short. Ron Artest, who took that bad shot just a moment ago. The Suns are shocked. They will review it. It appeared he got it off on time. Ron Artest with the game winner for the Lakers.
How about 1 minute, what are you doing? And the next one is like, great shot. What a tough play. They did a great job of forcing Kobe Bryant to take a difficult shot, and then Ron Artest with the shot.
Artest 1 for his previous 8, including a couple that did not thrill Phil Jackson. He kept him on the floor, though. And here's another look as Bryant fires one that came up short. Artest, no question, got it off on time.
Just his superior upper body strength knocked Jason Richardson out of that play, and the wherewithal to get it at the basket quickly. What an amazing finish tonight in this game. How resilient were the Phoenix Suns to hang around, and then the Lakers finding a way to win a game on a Kobe Bryant air ball.
And the Suns showing they're a resilient team, and they've done very well on the road, as we talked about earlier. But this is a disheartening loss for the Suns as the series heads back to Phoenix for a Game 6 on Saturday night. The Lakers taking a 3-2 lead in this Western Conference final. Let's go to Craig with Kobe.
Well, Kobe, you never know what to expect from Ron Artest. An ill-advised shot, and then the game-winning shot in the last few seconds. What was going through your mind?
I'm just happy you made the play there.
When he had a chance to run out the clock and put up the 3, do you think he just thought it hit the rim, or he just thought he was going to try to put the game away?
No, I was thinking, he felt he had a good look, and he took it.
The last play, you had a shot, you were double teamed. Was it set up for you to take the outside shot?
Well, yeah, I wanted to get a good look. We knew we were going to have 2 guys running, so, Ron was able to sneak in there.
Although you have the lead, it wasn't easy. You've had to play the entire second half again, well over 43 minutes, 4th game in a row. How tough will it be to close it out in Phoenix?
Well, it's going to be tough. We're looking forward to it, though.
All right, congratulations. Great game.
Hey, here's the man right here.
Oh, here he is. Hey.
Long night.
First of all, talk about redemption. What were you thinking when you put up that shot when you guys had a chance to run out the clock?
Well, let's play basketball. I mean, there's a point in time where I shot 40% from the 3. I got to play, and still try to get to the hole. I hit shots before. They just didn't fall today, so that's the thing about the playoffs. You keep playing, and you never know when that big game going to come. So I'm just going to continue to play, see what happens.
That's the way you keep talking about playing in the playground. But here in the NBA, there's a 24-second clock, and you could have run it out.
You play. You still got. Well, yeah, you could have ran it out, but you still got to play basketball. I try to, break their back a little bit. That's why we play defense. We still just got to play basketball. You got to be able to play. Through all that, through everybody saying don't shoot. You still got to be able to focus.
How are you getting in position for that game-winning shot after Kobe took up the long 3?
Well, I seen the shot. He got fouled. I knew it was going to be able, so I just went after it. They played hard tonight. They was aggressive. They was hitting us, but it had to be a point in time where I used my body, and it worked for me, and it worked for me right there.
All right, unlikely here.
In the building, Queensbridge in the building. You already know. Say Queensbridge. Say Queensbridge.
Queensbridge.
Yeah.
Queensbridge, where they don't play with a shot clock. Back to you, Marv.
Well, Craig, under those circumstances, I think Phil Jackson will treat that bizarre shot kindly because Ron was able to come back. But what a terrific game here tonight at Staples. Lakers led by as 18 points. A host of excellent performances. Steve Nash for the Suns single-handedly bringing Phoenix back into it. Kobe Bryant, another spectacular game. And it ends with Ron Artest scoring on a putback.
Like you said, you just got to keep playing, and that's what he did tonight. He made the play when he had to have it. But, I mean, Fisher hit some big shots tonight, too, in that fourth period. Gasol and Odom. But I got to tell you, Phoenix Suns, I mean, they played with incredible resilience tonight, Marv. I mean, they could have been blown out of this game. They kept fighting and fighting, and they had a chance to steal one here tonight that would have been an amazing win. Another
30-point performance by Kobe Bryant. What does a loss like this do to the Suns? Even though they came back, played very well down the stretch, but what's their mindset for Game 6?
I think they feel they're going to go home and win Game 6 and push this back to a Game 7 and take their chances because as well as the Lakers played in many phases tonight, they couldn't knock the Suns out. They just kept hanging around.
Lakers one win away from going back to the NBA Finals. They bounced back after losing the last two in Phoenix. That was the story against the Thunder in that opening round series. Over the last 3 postseasons, Lakers have won 28 of 31 here at home, including the last 11 here at Staples. And they now have won their last 9 Game 5s. The last loss they suffered in a Game 5, 2007 playoffs against the Suns.